How long did it take you to whittle it down to decide what was going to be on the original?
I definitely had the idea of putting Wouldn't Change a Thing on the Deluxe just because we had a few songs that were in a similar realm and we wanted to separate it with, and Jared kind of wanted to wait a little bit. But the other ones kind of just, we were just kind of deciding on the fly. Like, we didn't have a solid plan. It was kind of like, sure, maybe, I guess. Let's do it.
ILLENIUM, welcome back to America's Dance 30. It's great to see you, man.
What's up, Brian? Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Congratulations on the new deluxe version of your album, Fallen Embers. That's awesome.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was exciting. I had so much time to work on music, and I'm glad everything got to see the light of day. I'm really excited about everything.
Now, the original album was released back in July, and then, of course, the deluxe was just released with 5 new songs on it.
Yep.
Was that a case of you finishing the songs after the release of the original?
I've worked on a few after, but a lot of those I had actually made pretty much during quarantine. I was like in the studio so much. I definitely thought 20 songs was just too much for a regular album. And I felt like the ones I chose for the main album kind of flowed better. It kind of worked. And these were more experimental and a little, out there. So we just came up with the idea of doing a deluxe, and it worked out perfectly. And I'm playing them out for the shows right now and the tour. So it's all good.
Yeah. With that amount of songs, you could have had a 2 CD ILLENIUM set, like a box set.
I'm like having such a hard time making sets right now because there's always songs that I'm missing, no matter what the set length. I just don't have enough time. And so it's all right though. It's been a fun challenge.
Well, before we chat about Hurts Like This with Banners, which is our Buzz Beats of the Week on America's Dance 30, before we get into that, let's get to know ILLENIUM a little better with Finky's favorites.
Yep, let's do it.
One of the questions that I love asking producers because it gives us kind of an insight into them is their favorite song of their own. So what's your favorite ILLENIUM song?
That is such a hard question. I think Good Things Fall Apart has a special place in my heart for sure. That rhymes. Oops. Just because I feel like that was one of the first songs that I was trying to achieve this kind of sound of bringing back a little bit of like pop punk elements or alternative rock, but not in a different way, I feel like it sounds like one of the songs I used to listen to on repeat back in high school, but it feels like it's still current. And the lyrics and the melody, like the writing of that song and John's performance is just like unbelievable to me. So, and it gets just such an amazing reaction live. It's so fun.
It's a song that all of your fans can get with.
Totally. Yeah. It was funny. I just put out a video of, there was someone like leaving one of my Red Rock shows a little early, and they were walking down, and in the parking lot, you could just hear the screams of Good Things Fall Apart. And it was so funny. It's so cool though.
Who did I just see? Oh, I saw a telecast post a video of them pulling up on like somebody in a Ferrari listening to one of their songs. That's got to be a great feeling when you see somebody listening to one of your songs.
Yeah, it's definitely awesome. It's especially after the last year, you get so disconnected with people, and you forget that people are out there listening to your stuff, and it's changing their lives in one way or the other. It's pretty powerful.
Now, speaking of which, you've spoken in the past about how you found music at kind of a dark, low time in your life and how it lifted you out of it. What is one of your favorite non-ILLENIUM songs that every time you hear it, it puts a smile on your face?
That is a really good question. Let me try to think about that one. My music, I go in so many places with like what I listen to. I've gone, the past few months have been like really heavy, Linkin Park, Bring Me the Horizon, like stuff like that. And then there's times where it's like Bon Iver and much more chill. I would say overall a song, gosh, that's really tough. I have so many of those.
But isn't it crazy and awesome how listening to music can just bring you out of such a dark place?
Yeah, it's definitely a beautiful thing.
Do you remember the first dance song that you listened to that kind of made you fall in love with it?
I mean, I had been listening to dance music before this, but one of the first songs that I put on and it really like took me away was, it's kind of a random one, but Kaleidoscope by Tiesto. It was, I think it was around 2009 that album came out, or 2010. And it's the intro track to that album. And it's like a 7-minute song featuring John Z, who's from Sigur Rós. And I loved Sigur Rós. And I was just like, wow, I can't wait to see what this is like. And it's just this 7-minute epic song. Like the soundscapes, I feel like it was so ahead of its time in terms of like all of the it's a really, really cool song. That's one that definitely sticks with me.
P.S. Remember when songs could be 7 minutes?
I know, right? I know. I'm messing around with some stuff right now. That's why albums are fun, though. You know, you can do that still. It's like kind of tough with like focusing on streaming and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, you can still do it.
Attention spans are a lot better when you're listening to an album than when you're at a show or you're listening to it on the radio where it's just got to be quick.
100%. Yeah. If I submitted a 7-minute single to the label, I think they'd be like, yeah, we need this. We need to change this.
Believe me, if the label came to me with a 7-minute song, I'd be like, all right, I got to edit this.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
Now, of course, the Millennials are a very passionate group, your fans. What's one of the favorite things that your fan has given you?
Oh, man. Every time I go to Asia, actually, to China specifically, I get one of my fans from China gives me some sort of new portrait that's really cool. I actually have them hung up downstairs in my house. It's they've done like a really cool one with me and Trevor. It's just like beautiful art that they make and they give me, and it's really special. The first time I went, I was like, oh my God, I need to take care of this. I'm on a tour right now. How am I going to get this? But it's like, it's so special. They put so much work into it, and you know that it's so super meaningful.
That's so incredible. Now, You've got 4 incredible albums. You've worked with some amazing people on those albums. Do you have a favorite vocalist that you've worked with?
Oh, man.
I know, these are tough questions.
That's a tough question. I couldn't pick one. I've worked with, recently doing stuff with Jared Leto, doing stuff with Tom DeLonge. Like that stuff is just, they're some of my favorite voices of growing up and of like still listening to their music today and loving that. So I have a bias towards that just because that's the music that I love to listen to. But at the same time, I've worked with Annika Wells a ton. Her voice is beautiful, and she's on, Crawl and Sad Songs and Nightlight, and those are all like total bangers, at my shows and stuff like that. I think Veronica on Sideways is absolutely beautiful. That song has been amazing to play out recently, and it I don't know. That's a tough question.
Not to spotlight anybody, but I would have definitely agreed with you on Annika. Her voice is just so incredible. Yeah, absolutely. Well, finally, the cover of the deluxe version of Fallen Embers was painted by Lara, of course.
Yes.
Be careful when you answer this question. Do you have a favorite doodle that she's done?
Oh, man. That's a good question. I think my favorite thing that she's done, I have, it's not really a doodle. It's a full-on painting that she painted this wolf. It's in our bedroom. That's like this 3-piece. So it's like separated in 3 canvases, and it's just white and grays and like really, really cool. I mean, she's so talented with the stuff she does. And I am so happy that she got, the opportunity to do the album art. I feel like she absolutely crushed it, and even though she was stressed out of her mind like the whole time, it was really, really awesome for me to just like, because we were trying so many options to transform part of myself into a phoenix, and a lot of the stuff just didn't come together perfectly. It's a really hard kind of thing to make look how we wanted it, and then Laura just ended up kind of killing it. So
I loved your post about it. I mean, she did an unbelievable job with the cover.
Yeah.
So incredible. Yeah. One of the new songs is Hurts Like This with Banners. It is our Buzz Beats of the Week on America's Dance 30. How did the song come together?
It was during quarantine. I had been sent just a rough demo of this vocal, and it was in a BPM range that I don't normally like. I'm not normally a 128. I think it might be 126, but like a house kind of vibe. And I love how it kind of builds. It's very like vocal driven and organic sounding drums and stuff. Then and it goes into this like huge chorus, you know, that feels super good. And then it's kind of not my normal house build into drop, which is really fun. I had a ton of fun kind of experimenting on this one.
And how many different versions of the song are there from when you started working on it to the final?
I mean, there's always a ton. I probably have like 8. I think I tried a version where that main chorus vocal and the halftime was the drop, and I just wasn't satisfied with, like, I felt like it wanted a little more energy, and then I just kind of messed around at like 3 a.m. one night, and I got that vocal chop kind of got stuck in my head, so I just ran with it.
Well, the final is definitely a smash. Congratulations on it.
You.
Now, you posted a quiz on your Instagram stories for millennials to find out what kind of millennial they are. Have you taken the quiz and found out what kind of a millennial you are?
I really should. I haven't. But I thought that was so cool.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the Deluxe album. Congratulations on all the shows you finally got going again.
Yes.
What's next for ILLENIUM?
Oh man, I'm just back in the studio working on more, a ton of stuff. I've been feeling super inspired since shows came back and making pretty much like everything I like, from pop punk to trance to like heavy rock, dubstep stuff. I have a lot of stuff that I'm really excited about. So
can't wait to hear it, Nick. It's always awesome seeing you. Thank you for your time on America's Dance 30.
Anytime. No, I appreciate it. That was awesome, for real.